help people, why not do this as well? So I just did it, and I talk about these products in my sessions with my clients because it is critical to their healing. And I know that you had an issue with your son, and I know you want to talk about this, but this toxins are found and they're passed on from mother to child through breast milk. And they find over 100 different toxins or hundreds of different toxins just in umbilical cord blood. And these poor babies that we're giving birth to don't have the detox mechanisms that we have as we get older. So, you have this epidemic of things like autism and childhood cancer and all these awful things and autoimmune diseases. I'm working with 2-year-olds with autoimmune diseases. It's like, how did that happen? Right. That was like unheard of many, many years ago. So crazy. So we're looking at all these issues, and I am just such a huge believer in minimizing the toxic exposure that we get. So I literally went around my house and got rid of everything. And what I love about Pure Haven is they are truly 100% free from toxins. But I went around my house and I just took a basket and I just got it all out because I'm not fooling around with me anymore. Every woman in my family, unfortunately, in my immediate family has had cancer. And my grandmothers both died of cancer. And this is I just lost 2 people very close to me this past year to cancer. So I'm just, and one of them was in his 40s. It's so sad and it's just awful. And the more we can prevent this and really take a stand and educate people and let people know, let your friends know, let your neighbors know, let your relatives know, because the advertising and the lobbyists out there are out there for greed, and they're out there to make a big buck, and they don't care about your safety. And I just want to say that, it's interesting, my functional medicine teacher, my mentor, just did a talk today on toxicity. And she said there's no standards for anything. The safety testing is reactive. Like when you deal with a medication, there's tons of testing that goes into it. Okay. When you're dealing with a chemical substance, and there are thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of them that go into our products, okay, there is no testing required. And the only time they ever test it is when there's something happened to somebody bad and there's enough complaints about it. That's when they do the testing to see if they need to take it off.
And it's not just something happening to one person, right? It has to happen to a whole group of people, and the issue has to be raised. And then all these people are sick, then they will start to investigate. But even tonight on the nightly news, one of my friends notified me, turn it on right now. They're talking about the issue, and it was the talc in
my husband just mentioned
the asbestos.
Yeah.
Yep, asbestos in the talc and asbestos in the makeup. And even though Johnson & Johnson has been, and this is, I don't have their baby powder, but this company, these are the toxic ingredients, by the way, from the back of this bottle, just so you know what you're looking at. But even though Johnson & Johnson has been ordered to remove the asbestos from their talc, just today, it has tested again to be found in their talc, asbestos linked to ovarian cancer, right? So this issue is far from over. In fact, this is just beginning. But here's the deal, and Jody, we've talked about this before, that while these chemicals are being regulated out or tested or researched, we're the human guinea pigs for this stuff, right? So what we've done is, I'm just pulling out these conventional products and just showing you.
Guys, that's Aveda. This is the product, the store you go into when you think it's safe, right? I used to think Aveda was really safe. Lubriderm, what your dermatologist is recommending
all
on your skin, has endocrine disruptors and carcinogens in it. I mean, this is incredible.
It's incredible that it's allowed to happen. And what we're finding is that companies need, I'm looking through my bag here, companies need to reformulate to sell in other countries, because other countries, Japan won't stand for this stuff, right? Now, they are much safer than we are. Are they fully safe? No, nobody really is, because like Jody mentioned, there are over 80,000 chemicals in use in commerce today. So it's very difficult to get a handle on all of this. So anyway, just, and then there are, Jody, do you talk a little bit about these types of companies?
That this is the worst because these are the companies that purport to be safe. I used to send my clients into Whole Foods and say, buy the products in there because they're safe. And I had one client, one of my very first clients that I worked with, who had contact dermatitis and she was a mess from, and I sent her, I said, go to Whole Foods and buy the products there. And she did. And she says, it's still bad. It's not going away. And then I looked at the ingredients and I said, well, this is why. And that's one of the reasons that drove me to find something safe. I trusted Jen. I mean, what you've been able to do with with your kid, who, by the way, if those of you don't know Jen, her son was diagnosed with autism at age 3, and now he's completely off the spectrum. So, and he's very chemically sensitive. And what you told me before we got on here, Jen, was just shocking to me. I guess not too shocking, but
Right.
they had tested your son for toxicity when you brought him in when he was little. Tell everybody what they found.
When he was 3.5. So we went a very alternative route, and we used practitioners that do exactly what Jody does. But back then, I don't even think functional medicine was really even a thing yet.
No, it wasn't.
He's 20 now. So they were environmental medicine specialists, but what they did was they put, he went through this big detox program, but they said, before we do this to a 3-year-old, we need to know what's going on. So they did a fat biopsy that could only be analyzed in England, because we don't even do chemical testing in human bodies yet in the US. I mean, maybe they do it now, but they definitely didn't do it back then. So in a 3-year-old's fat, because toxins are stored in your fat cells. And that's a whole other thing, as Jody mentioned, right? These chronic issues and illnesses and diseases, obesity, diabetes, right? All of these things, they're actually linked to toxicity, right? Because fat is your protective layer for toxins. So anyhow, his fat had 370 toxins at the age of 3. So
isn't that incredible?
Crazy. And so that's why I think, I'm super passionate about this. Jody's super passionate about this. So Pure Haven, dun da da, right? They come along and they are the leader. So I was at the facility yesterday, and everywhere you look, the organic sign is on every wall that you go down. And it is stringent regulations and guidelines. Even the water is filtered 6 times or crazy, everything. They just get all the toxins out. They mean business, and they are so passionate about this issue and this message. So what have they done? They've produced these amazing products. So Jody, you have had a lot of success with clients using these products, right? With other health coaches, functional medicine practitioners. I got to get the
Health
down.
coaches too. I lead a group of health coaches as well. Yep.
Wellness practitioners. They are all hopping on this bandwagon because they're kind of the thought leaders in this whole movement, right? And then they're recommending it out to their clients. So Jody, I was going to ask you, what was my other question? Oh, do you have any tips or any, like secret functional medicine information that you can share with us?
I do. And I just want to say that I guess this is related, but these low levels of toxins in our system can be incredibly toxic. So even just small amounts can be problematic. And you have a small amount of a certain thing and a small amount of a certain other toxin, and they may be enough, not so bad separately, but when you mix them together, it could be 10 times worse. And so there's so many things that you are using right now that you're breathing in, and that you are, even the air in your house, if you're using cleaning products that have fragrance, that have all kinds of artificial chemicals, it's a problem. Yeah. And so what you bring into your lungs and on your skin does not have the benefit of your liver. So if you eat something that's toxic, your liver will filter out some of the toxins, not all of them. And if we have fatty liver, that's a whole other problem. But when you're taking in these products, you are exposing yourself in a big way. And I just want to say there's one thing that was really, really shocking to me when I was learning functional medicine is I do a lot of hormone testing for my clients. And I will see somebody that has low estrogen because maybe they're in menopause. And I'm thinking, gee, this person has all the symptoms of estrogen dominance. They have everything for estrogen. They even have a lot of body fat. They have all these things that are going on, estrogen dominance, but it's not showing up on the hormone test. Why is that? Because xenoestrogens, these are estrogen mimickers that are in these products that fill receptors for estrogen in your cells, are not, they don't show up on hormone test. So now we'll have all these people around us that are estrogen dominant. You see men with gynomasty, with, they call them man boobs, whatever you want to call it.
They have the moobs.
The moves, yeah. And you see men, you see women who are growing facial hair, and you know, you have these issues out there. I guess there's other reasons for that also, but you see these issues that are happening, and it's really, really amazing. And it's just because of what we're using, and sometimes what we're eating too. You know, you want to obviously eat as organic as possible. One other quick tip is to change the oils that you're using, and don't use inflammatory oils like, believe it or not, corn oil, soybean oil, and sunflower and safflower oil. All those oils that you're using, of course, trans fats as well, are really, really bad for you.
What about canola, Jody?
Oh, canola is another bad one. We say this, the coconut, corn, and canola, not coconut, I'm sorry.
Not coconut. That, oh my
not
God,
coconut,
that.
corn, canola, and there's another C one, that cottonseed, that are bad, and 3 S's are bad. Soybean, safflower, and
sunflower.
But you want to use coconut oil, you want to use avocado oil, and you want to use olive oil. And this will protect your heart. It'll make your skin better. There's all kinds of things that it'll do that are better, that it won't inflame you. So that's, if there's one tip, that's another one that I want to give. But anyway, we'll move on. I don't know, we don't have a lot of time.
Sharing that. It's like a little free consultation with Jody Franklin. So thank you very much for doing that for us. We appreciate it. So yeah, people are asking where you practice and stuff. We're gonna get you a whole bunch of people reaching out after this. Very exciting. So yeah.
I actually am out of the Boston area, but I do work remotely all over the country, and my practice is pretty busy right now, but I have other people in my practice that can work with you as well. So, but anyway, go ahead.
All right, moving on. So yeah, just the Pure Haven products. So just to talk quickly, if you're not familiar with what we do, we have, you know, everything's made in our USDA certified organic facility. Everything is non-GMO. It's gluten-free, corn-free, soy-free, dairy. It's all the frees, right? Of all the things that you don't want to eat, because if you're putting it on your body, it's going into your bloodstream, as we talked about. But you guys, you've seen the before and after pictures, right? Like the skincare is unflippin' believable. And, you know, Jody and I are both in our, can I tell them your age? We're in our 50s. And this skincare and our hair care, look at the hair, right? It is these products, they nourish, they hydrate, they strengthen. You will have so much hair. And that's, my kids need haircuts regularly. And that's, you know, a lot of people are dealing with thinning hair and hair issues, right? So it's nice to have that nourishment for your hair to encourage growth and to encourage regrowth.
Yeah, Jen, let me just say one thing about the shampoo is, back here, these weren't even growing before. And I had these like little recession here going on, and it's all grown back. And now my clients who are losing their hair, this is one of the interventions I mentioned first. It's an easy intervention. And they notice changes within just like 2 or 3 months. They'll notice major changes in their hair. And you know, that's another thing. I bring the shampoo and conditioner to my hairdresser, and I was like, don't use anything else on my hair. I really love it. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it. And so that's what we do here at Pure Haven. So the products, okay, there are ways to buy them. We would love for you to help us share this mission in really 3 ways. Buy as a customer, host, have people over, bring your friendly neighborhood rep over. One of us in this group invited you to this group. We will be glad to host a party for you. Or most importantly, join us as a consultant. Even if you don't want to sell these products, join to get the discount, because you get 30% off all of your purchases, and you can also get products for free based on your own purchases. We don't have monthly minimums. We don't have auto ship requirements. There are some minimums to meet, but they're within a 6-month period. They're very doable. And again, you know, the discount, but here's the big thing. Right now, we were given, so those of you who have been on with us before have heard us talk about the golden ticket, and it's $100 off, and it's going away because that's what they told us. But I suspect that the program was so successful. Jody, how many people joined your team the last couple of months? Can you?
I
feel
want to say 15 or 16,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
same.
it was crazy. And Jen, I got to say, you know, so many of my colleagues that have these multi-level things where they're doing oils or they're doing things that aren't, first of all, you buy an essential oil alone and it lasts a long time. You don't get a lot of repeat business. I have people, you know, it's soap, it's shampoo, it's pump soap. There's so many products
All
and
the
people are
stuff.
using them and buying over and over again. So I can't believe, like, people, first of all, for anybody out there, everybody knows if you get in early with an MLM, you do better. I got in relatively early. Jen's killing it with this, and I don't even spend much time with it. I just consistently mention it to my clients and my neighbors and my friends, and they are buying the products over and over again. And last night, I mean, I woke up this morning, I had 3 sales. I woke up and just looked at my email. I'm like, wow, more people bought. And it's great. It's a great passive income for me.
Absolutely.
And I'm hoping that when I retire, this will be something huge. It's
Oh,
already starting to get huge with me,
will.
which is great. Yeah.
And the thing that's cool about this too is we have a social media strategy. You guys are all taking part in it right now. It's our Pure Stories group with the weekly videos that you can invite anybody to. And really what we say is if you can invite somebody to a Facebook group, you can do this job. So you know what? Join us, get the discount. The organic movement is booming right now. We are just at the very tip of the organic iceberg, which is just growing straight up, as is direct to consumer businesses are also growing at a very, very high compound annual growth rate. So we kind of marry the organic movement with direct selling straight to consumers. And we have, you get a website, you get support, and if nothing else, you get an amazing discount on organic products and $100 off your kit through the month of February. Reach out to the consultant who invited you, and I'm going to sweeten the deal. So if any of you decide by tomorrow night at midnight, so that's Wednesday night, we'll say 11:59 because it's going to get in like before midnight through the company, we will give you 1 free product of your choice from the entire line, but this excludes the Beauty Booster and the Body Butter, excluding those 2 products. Anything else in the entire line that you would like to add to your kit. So you know what? Get the $100 off, get the 30% off for life. Maybe you have a great new business, maybe you don't. It's okay. We don't care. We just want you to be happy. We want you to be using these safe products for your family. And we're really not going to rest until every home is a Pure Haven home. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Jody, thanks for being here.
Yeah. Can I just talk about one other thing?
Please.
I have to say the skincare line, you guys, I just want to mention that our skin has a microbiome, right? And when you wash your face with any other product, you're stripping the important microbiome, the good bacteria from your skin, and it dries it out and makes it, basically ages it. Where this skincare line, there's a 5-piece line that adds prebiotics and probiotics, but there's no harmful ingredients to kill the prebiotics and probiotics. So one of the people that just signed up, one of my people just posted her eyes, and I think Jen is going to repost in this group.
I'm going to repost it if I get permission. It's amazing.
Oh, she said it's okay.
She did.
She did. So 10 minutes after putting the eye cream on, you can see the noticeable difference. Can you imagine after weeks of this and months of this, how good your skin's going to look? And I've had so many people say to me, oh my gosh, I cannot believe the difference with this, with the face, with the skincare.
Her daughter thought she got Botox.
I used to spend so much
own child.
Yeah, that's right. My daughter said, she sent me a text saying, did you get Botox? I said, wow. Yeah, no, I did not get Botox. You will not ever see me getting Botox. That is for sure.
But I know too much. A testimonial right there. Yeah. So with that, thank you, Jody. That's a really good point about the microbiome that we didn't even touch on. And that's a whole other piece of the Pure Haven puzzle. And it is why we are truly the very best products on the market today for your health, for your safety, and let's face it, we're girls, we all want to look good. So for your beauty as well, right?
Yep.
Have
Cleaning
a great
products, home care products, pet products.
all the things.
What else? Baby products.
Got
What
them
am I
all.
forgetting? Everything. Sunscreen, bug spray.
Organic solution to all your problems.
Exactly. Thanks so much for having
Thanks,
me,
Jody.
Jen.
Thanks for being on. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you on our team page real soon. Take
Comment
care.
below if you have questions.
Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, bye, Jody. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.